Has Rome Odunze closed the gap, regardless of what we think will happen, which is Marvin Harrison Jr. to go number 2 overall, number 3 overall, up there? What's your thoughts on these two guys as prospects?
No, Rome's closed the gap. You watch Rome Odunze, the more and more you watch him, the more you say he can do things that Marv hasn't necessarily done. I don't think Marvin Harrison Jr. is a phenomenal separator. I don't think he gets great separation on his routes.
Rome is better than him in that sense.
He is.
Yeah.
Like, you look at the contested catch numbers for Marv, and it's a little bit too high for a prospect that is as good as he is. What is it? Is it speed? Is it transitions? Is it route tempo? Is it top ends? Is it just the route running ability? All those different things, you got to find out what it is. I look at Rome, he can get separation, and quite frankly, he's just a half step behind Marv when it comes to the contested catch anyway. And so I think if you're an evaluator, certainly you're going to lead Marvin Harrison Jr. His ball skills are some of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. The way he can control his body as he's fighting through contested catches, I absolutely love all that stuff you can't teach. But if you can't get him, I think you'd be happy to have Rome Odunze on your roster.
I asked this question only to fulfill my own ego because this is my biggest problem with the NFL draft and where we're at right now. It becomes an echo chamber.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard 10 people say Marvin Harrison Jr., so it's Marvin Harrison Jr., we'll forget Rome Odunze. To your point, like I agree in terms of fluidity and lateral quickness and feel. Like Rome Odunze is right there, if not better than Marvin in some areas. But when you bring up the contested catch numbers, I do think this is interesting because I like NFL guys that can solve problems.
Right.
Because the windows in the NFL close.
No doubt.
You could be a great route runner and you're still going to get strapped. You might get double teamed. You're going to run a go ball and those corners can run with you. Rome Odunze is a above average quality elite guy with contested catches.
Right.
I have never seen someone as good at contested catches and body control and strong hands as Marvin Harrison Jr. And like that immediately translates to the NFL.
No, I think it does make a difference, right? Like, you want a guy who can do combat catches, contested catches extremely well. It's just the idea to me that if he was in more combat catch situations in college than I would personally like to see, what is the indication to me that he's going to be in less of them in the NFL? Like, at some point, I need a dude who is a separator. Like, I need you to be good at both. And I know that might be asking a lot, but it's not to say that I don't think this guy has some generational talent, because he does. However, I think we need to go back into the film a little bit. It is okay to be critical of Marv. He is not unimpeachable as a prospect. And I do think for folks who believe that the gap is shrinking, not that they're the same or that Rome has surpassed him, but the gap is getting smaller,